We are just a week away from the NFL draft, and we are taking a look at Evan's top 50 big board. We're breaking it up into 10 players per tier. So if you head over to clnsmedia.com, you can see the more in-depth articles that Evan has written. But we're going to look now at 31 through 40, those picks. Evan, let's start with an offensive player to look for at those numbers.
So a lot of really big name wide receivers in this tier. Rondell Moore from Purdue, Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan, and Nico Collins from Michigan, I think are three guys that the Patriots could be interested at the wide receiver position. But I actually want to talk about an offensive tackle that's in this tier, and it's Spencer Brown from Northern Iowa. We know how much Bill Belichick likes those small school guys. He hit us with Kyle Duggar early on in the draft last year, tends to go through those diamonds in the rough. Spencer Brown, 6'8", 315-pound offensive tackle prospect, a very big player that scored a 10 out of 10 on the relative athletic score at his pro day. So a very great athlete as well. And MathBomb, who runs the relative athletic score database, goes all the way back to the 1980s, and nobody's had a better pro day workout than Spencer Brown at the offensive tackle position. So this is somebody that is extremely athletic. He played at a smaller level, but he dominated that smaller level at Northern Iowa, both with his physicality at the point of attack and his ability to mirror pass rushers and really kick and slide out of his stance and be able to block guys in the passing game as well. So the Patriots love these types of guys. This is exactly what Kyle Duggar was a year ago, right? This rocked up athlete, super athlete out of his lower level of football that really impressed at the Senior Bowl. Spencer Brown, same exact story, just a different position. So look for that name. We've talked a lot about offensive tackle as similarly to what we just talked about with linebacker in the 41 through 50 video, as that 2-year window need, right? Isaiah Wynn could be a free agent. Trent Brown is going to be a free agent after the season. The Patriots might need a developmental tackle in this draft to move on from one of those guys in 2022. And Spencer Brown feels like somebody that they might have their eye on.
All right. Now, how about a defensive player?
So this one's easy for me. There's a lot of good defensive players in this tier as well, but Tyler Shelvin from LSU is just a prototypical Patriots nose tackle, 325, 330, something like that. And he's just going to park his big keister in every single gap that you put him in, and he is not going to get moved off the ball at all. And the other thing that he does extremely well is he gets really good leverage and pad level to take on double teams. And we just know that the Patriots defensive line, it's an odd front. It's a 2-gapping system. This is not a penetrating, get off the ball, fly down with your ears pinned back. That's not what they like to do. Shelvin's the type of guy that's going to be extremely stout at the point of attack. He's not going to get moved by anybody. He can take on double teams. He can 2-gap. He can 1-gap and park in a gap like I just mentioned in an A-gap, or head up right over the center and just take blockers and eat them up. And then those linebackers at the second level can do the job of running sideline to sideline and getting off of blocks and making those tackles. That's how the Patriots system wants to be, right? They want to funnel everything inside to those big guys and let the linebackers at the second level be the ones that clean up the trash. And Tyler Shelvin's somebody that's going to allow those players to do that.
All right, so you got 2 players right there from the second tier, 31 through 40. And remember, you can see Evan's full list on our website, clnsmedia.com. Okay.